Hi everyone, Alexander here from Freedom Pass. Today we're going to show you how to make the perfect Amazon listing using Helium 10 tools. Before we begin, it's essential to understand what listing optimization is. If you don't know, the rest of this video won't make sense. Listing optimization has two parts. The first part is called SEO, which means search engine optimization, making the Amazon algorithm happy. The second part is called conversion optimization, which means making the customers happy. The goal of search engine optimization on Amazon is to make sure your product listing appears when customers search for keywords related to your product. To achieve this, we do keyword research to find the keywords customers use to search for your product, and then we include those keywords in your product listings. This allows Amazon to associate the keywords with your product, which can help you rank organically for those keywords. Good organic keyword ranking is key to a product's success on Amazon, making SEO very important. On the other hand, conversion optimization is about pleasing the customer by making sure every element of your product listing is highly converting. If you can successfully combine SEO and conversion optimization, your product will likely do well, because customers will be able to find it and it will appeal to them. Before we start the step-by-step guide on listing optimization, let's talk about the process involved. The first step is to do keyword research, which we'll be using Helium 10 tools for. Specifically, we will be using the Magnet tool and the Cerebro tool. If you're not already using Helium 10, you should sign up for a subscription before continuing with this video. To get a discount, use the link in the video's description and enter either the code Freedom Pass 10 for 10% off for life, or Freedom Pass 20 for 20% off for your first 6 months. The steps to follow are: number 1, do keyword research. Number 2, use Helium 10 Listing Builder to create a product listing with the research keywords. And lastly, number 3, copy the listing and paste it into Seller Central to create a real listing. However, if you watch this video to the end, you'll also learn how to check if your listing is optimized correctly by using other tools Helium 10 has to offer. We will use 2 more of Helium 10 tools, which are Index Checker and the Keyword Tracker, to verify that Amazon has indexed our keywords and that they are ranking for them. Now we will move on to step 1, which is keyword research. For this, we will need to use 2 Helium 10 tools, Cerebro and Magnet. We use both tools because they work differently and help us find all the most important keywords. These keywords have high search volume and are relevant to our product listing. To use this tool, you need to enter up to 5 ASINs of your competitors' products. The tool will then find keywords that these competitors are ranked for. The idea is that many of your competitors are ranked for a specific keyword that you should also be ranking for. To achieve this, you need to include that keyword in your product listing. First, you need to search for your main keyword on Amazon. For this example, I'll use the keyword Flower Girl Basket. Then, look at the organic search results and select 5 products that are most similar to the one you're planning to launch. This is because you don't want to choose products that are very different from yours. You shouldn't include the ASINs of a wooden basket in the Cerebro tool because it will suggest irrelevant keywords like wooden basket or bamboo basket. To get relevant keywords, select ASINs of 5 products that are similar to yours in design, material and build. To find the ASIN, make sure you're logged into Helium 10's Chrome extension. If you don't know how to use this, I have made a full video using the Helium 10 Chrome extension and how I explain how to use all of its tools. However, if you already have it installed, you can copy the ASINs above the product's image like this. It's much more faster, and then you can paste them into Helium 10's Cerebro. Rest assured though, if you don't have it installed, I will show you how to copy the ASIN and paste it into Cerebro. First, go to the product you want to sell. Click it and then scroll down to the section where it says Product Information, and on the right hand side you'll see another section called Additional Information. There you will see something called ASIN. Next to the ASIN, be sure now to copy the serial number and paste that into Cerebro. Repeat this process for 5 competitors and make sure that they're similar to the ones you're looking at and not the wooden ones for this video's example. Now, once you've entered all your competitors' ASINs on Cerebro, make sure you select the correct marketplace and then click Get Keywords. When using this tool to find keywords for the top 5 product ASINs, it will probably show a lot of keywords. with 1,816 being the total amount. This can include some keywords that are not important. To make the results better, focus on the most important keywords. The first filter to use is the position, also known as rank, of your competitors. Set this filter to show keywords where these products are ranked for. I like to set these parameters between 1 and 20. This way, the tool will only show keywords for products that are in the top 20 positions. This means that keywords that are ranked lower, usually below 20, are likely to be less important and can be left out. The next filter to use is called search volume. So we're going to set the search volume to a minimum of 100 here. What we're saying here is we only want to see keywords where at least 100 of the ASINs keywords have a monthly search of 100 or more. So this is going to only show us really relevant keywords. Once you've applied those filters, you should find that that number drops right down. Remember, we had 1,816 keywords before applying these filters. Now you can see we only have 95 keywords, so this is looking a lot better. So what I usually do next is press search volume. This will then rank the keywords from highest search to lowest, just so I can take a quick glance and see if there's enough demand. It seems as though most of these keywords may be relevant, but we will come back to this later. Now scroll all the way down to the bottom of your keyword list and select rows per page. Change this from 50 to 150. For now, what I do is actually select them all by ticking this box next to keyword phrase that will select all the keywords. By changing it to 150, you're ensuring that all the keywords have been selected, as if you don't, only 50 keywords will be selected, so be careful. Go ahead and click Add to My List. It will now ask you to create a folder. For now, I'll call it Flower Girl Basket, but hold on, the keywords haven't been imported over. I'll quickly show you. Head over to Tools at the top, then to Keyword Research. Here you'll see My Lists - Keywords. As I've gone into it, there is no keywords. Don't be alarmed, this is because you've created your first new folder. Quickly go back to Cerebro and press History. It should be the one at the top as it's filtered from date range. Again, make sure that the page results is set to 150 again. Then select them all again and now press Add to My List. Now you can import the keywords into the folder, and now you should see at the bottom left of Helium 10 95 keywords added to folder Flower Girl Basket. As a side note, when you're looking for keywords, it's actually good to look out for brand names and remove any from your keyword list or from existing product listings. We need to exclude keywords with brand names. According to Amazon's terms of service, product listings should not include other brand names. For example, we'd remove keywords like Tesla and Ford because they are brand names. So if you have any brand names that show up in your keyword research, be sure to unselect them or delete them from your keyword research list. After removing brand names, we will select the remaining keywords and add them to our list. Now we will move on to using Helium 10's magnet tool to expand our keyword research. To access the magnet tool, we will click on Tools, then Keyword Research, and finally Magnet. We can also store your favourite tools that you use on Helium 10 to make them easily accessible. Once in the magnet tool, you can enter the main keyword, Flower Girl Basket, but for today's video I'm going to be a bit more broad and go with weddings and click Get Keywords, as I'm intrigued what keywords will show up. The good thing about Magnet, you want to try main keywords as well as obscure or broad keywords that may be related to this product. So in your own time, it may be a good idea to go through this and test it out yourself. So this magnet tool will use Helium 10's algorithm to find keywords related to the main keyword. I find that Cerebro tool gives you better results because it uses real Amazon's data, but the magnet tool gives slightly less relevant keywords. This means you might need to spend more time checking out Magnet's tool's results. If we leave it as it is, we'll get a lot of keywords. For example, it comes up with 6,184 keywords. To make it easier, we need to use filters to narrow down the results. We need to do two things with these filters. First, we only want to see keywords that have more than 300 searches per month. Then we need to select organic match type. This means anything lower than 300 searches per month is just not really worth us putting into the product listing. So once you've selected those two options, you want to apply these filters. So you're going to be a little bit more careful when going through these. So again, go through these manually and have a pen and pad at the ready and just write keywords that have some sort of relevance or ideas that you can think of. You can then add these keywords to your keyword list folder afterwards. These added keywords can be added to your title, bullet points, description, or even manually target them for sponsoring, also known as pay-per-click on Amazon. Once you've done that, we can now move on to step 2, which is building your product listing. To do this, click on Tools, then Listing Optimization, and then click on Listing Builder. This tool is better than the old Scribbles tool. When you click the Listing Builder, you will see a page that lets you create a new listing or improve an existing one. Since this is a new listing, click on Create from Scratch. Then select the correct marketplace, such as Amazon.com. Leave the ASIN section empty and then click Start Building. The tool will ask you to choose a list of keywords. You should be able to find your list of keywords here. If you can't see your list, it's probably because you've selected the wrong marketplace. So if that has happened, go back and start again. Select the correct marketplace and click on your list of keywords. This will bring the list into the tool. You will see all the keywords you found during your research listed in phrases. The tool has also broken down these phrases into individual words. The most important search for a keyword, the more important it is to include it into your product listing. On the right hand side of the tool, you will see a space to create your product title, list its features such as ivory, white, then you can go ahead and write it for me. If you scroll down, you will see a section for search terms. We will ignore the search terms section for now and focus on title, bullet points, description, features and search terms. At this point, two things are important: SEO and making people want to buy your product. When writing your listing, you need to include the right keywords so people can find your product. This is the SEO part. You will also need to write your title, bullet points and description in a way that will make people want to buy your product, or to even include more keywords. Remember not to overuse the same word more than twice in your title, as Amazon does not adhere to this and they can mark you down. To create an effective listing, start by using the tool to input keywords. Next, try to incorporate as many of these keyword phrases into your title, bullet points and description. Prioritise the most important keywords from the highest search volume in your product title, then use them in your bullet points and description in order of importance. Now, if you can't fit all the keyword phrases in your listing, make sure all the individual words are in your product listing. Amazon will combine these words to make keyword phrases, but they give more importance to phrases in the correct order. Try to keep as many phrases in the correct order as possible. This tool also shows how many bytes you've used. When writing your product title and bullet points, don't go over the recommended bytes. If you can't fit keywords into your title, bullet points or description, you can put them in the back end called search terms. When you finish your title, bullet points and description, you need to come down here and select copy. Then you want to select hide use, so it only shows the keywords you haven't used. Next, select copy and paste them into your search term section, making sure not to go over 250 characters. Now that you've finished step 3, we can now move on to step 4. In this step, you will take the listing copy you created in Helium 10 Listing Builder tool and use it to create your real product listing on Seller Central. To do this, sign into Seller Central account, go to Catalogue and click Add Products. Then select I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon and choose the most suitable category and subcategory for your product from the browser. To do this, sign into Seller Central account and go to Catalogue and then click Add Products. Then select Adding a product not sold on Amazon and choose the most suitable category and subcategory for your product from the Browse section. If you can't find the right category, you can use the search function to find it. For example, if you're adding a laptop stand, you can search for that and Amazon will suggest the correct category. Once you've selected the correct category, you'll be taken to the listing builder. To add information to your product listing on Amazon, start from the left tab and then move to the right, adding details as you go. First, copy the item name from the listing builder and paste it into Amazon. Then add the brand name and external product ID, which is the UPC or EAN. Next, move to Vital Info, Offers and Product Details section. In the Products Details section, copy the product description from the listing builder and paste it into Amazon. However, if you are enrolled in Amazon's brand registry and using A+ content, do not enter product description here. If you don't know what A+ content is, in the Amazon space it's also known as EBC, which stands for Enhanced Brand Content. So guys, I have some exciting news. We have a full step-by-step course on how to sell on Amazon FBA. If you are serious about selling on Amazon, our course will teach you everything from finding your first product all the way to launching your first product. We also have a community for our course after signing up. This is where you can share any questions or keep up to date with any valuable information we share for all of our family members, as well as our clients' results. If you like the sound of that, head over to myfreedompassfba.com/Amazon FBA. I really hope to see you become a part of our family here at Freedom Pass. Next, add at least 5 bullet points to the content. Then go back to the listing builder and repeat the process, starting with bullet point 1. Copy the bullet points and paste them into Amazon content. After adding the title, description and bullet points, add the search terms or generic keywords. To do this, go back to the listing builder, select the search terms and copy them. Then paste them into generic keywords section on Amazon. Then finally, scroll down and click save and finish. Now that you've completed step 3, we can now move on to the final step, which is step 4. In this step, you'll be validating your listing's optimization using Helium 10's index checker and keyword tracker. The index checker ensures that Amazon has associated your listing with the keywords you've added to your product listing. The keyword tracker shows your organic rank for those keywords, allowing you to see if your launch methods and PPC campaigns are working to improve your ranking. To access index checker, go to Helium 10, then Tools, Listed Optimization and select Index Checker. So this is just a random ASIN of the Flower Girl basket I'm using, but you would put your own ASIN in here and also leave seller ID out. That's not important. Now you want to click Upload Keywords from My List. Click that button and select your list of keywords that you created earlier when doing your keyword research in step 1. That will then import all of your keyword phrases here. Then you want to select Remove Duplicates and Maintain Phrases and click Check Keywords. This is probably going to take around a minute or 2. And what this tool is doing is for every single one of those keywords, it's searching that keyword on Amazon and seeing if your product listing shows up somewhere in the search results. If it does, the tool will say that your keyword is indexed. If it doesn't, it will tell you that it's not indexed. So what you'll see is that there's 4 out of 4 different index sections here, and the one that you want to focus on is traditional index. So what you want to do now is go through this list and you want to make sure that all of the keywords have a tick for traditional index. In this example, you can see that a couple of these do not have ticks. The provided data shows that specific ASINs is not indexed for certain keywords. To fix this, you need to make sure your product listing includes these keywords in phrase form. For example, if your product is not indexed for bridal shower gifts, you should check if you have the word bridal shower and gifts is in your listing, but not necessarily together as one phrase. Add the missing phrase to your listing, then rerun the check. This should index your product for the keyword. Repeat this process for all the keywords you're not indexed for. Once you are indexed for all of these keywords, use the keyword tracker tool next. So go to the Tools section and click on Analytics. Then click on Keyword Tracker. In this section, click on Add a New Product. You will be taken to a page where you need to paste your list of keywords at the top. Select Upload Keywords to the list. Choose your list of keywords. The tool will then import all the keywords from the first stage. If you can't find your list, make sure you selected the correct marketplace. If not, you won't be able to find it. Select the correct marketplace, then select your list and make sure both are selected. Click Start Tracking. After that, you will be able to see your organic keyword rankings for all keywords in your list. This is a powerful tool because it gives you a complete view of how your PPC campaigns and launch methods are performing over time. This tool can help you check if your targeted keywords in PPC campaigns or during launch are also ranking organically. Now that you know how to create an Amazon listing with good search engine optimization using Helium 10, the next step is to watch a video that explains how to optimize your listing for better conversions. But we teach all of this in our course, so please don't forget to check out our website. So I hope you guys found that video informative. Don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.